Yeah, it's just that my internet decided also the chat window took forever to load. So I usually like pop up the chat.
Yeah.
Well
Okay,
then,
here we are.
hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco, Kimi, and Moon are here and we are continuing the house in FataMor, Ghana, Requiem for Innocence.
Yes, we are. Okay, it's used to be sure it's the necklace in hand line.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where I'm.
Necklace in hand, I made my way toward the observation tower. A thought bubbling up from the depths of my mind. It was a wretched, unsightly thing, which only swelled as I drew nearer. Never would I have conceived of such a monstrous notion, of exploiting my old identity, had this trinket not fallen back into my hands.
Oh, you're about to be a disgusting fucko, and I'm ready to murder you.
Yeah! Go wild, Moon. I knew Morgana wasn't of sound mind, that the world she saw was a twisted falsehood. And though I couldn't see what delusions her mind was producing, it was evident that the man I was now and the boy she once knew were two distinct entities in it.
You know, actually that reminds me of something that I wanted to talk about.
What's that?
Because last time I was bringing up the point that it had confused me that Maria was a part of all this since Morgana loved her and all that, and we were just like, well, no, her hatred just outweighed that love. But there's still a problem with it, and it actually, for me, makes a big plot hole in the original. It's because Morgana, as they're saying now, did not know that this lord was Jacobo. So the entire time, she thought she was trapping Lord Bonnier, which means there's even less of a reason for Maria to be there, since Lord Bonnier wouldn't know Maria, and so she wouldn't be a good weapon against him.
Proposal.
True.
Yeah, so, because, like, he didn't know anything about that until Michelle and Giselle went through that whole door and revealed it. Like, that was one of the big things that was like, this is information that she needs to know.
Proposal. Since there's two halves of Morgana, right? There's one that's seemingly also kind of more cognizant of what's going on, or at least of her situation. What if she...
I don't think so. I don't think the white-haired girl also was aware of anything about this until the very end.
Then
That's why throughout all the doors, she was, like, just as confused as everyone else.
True. But just the Maria thing, it feels like there's some meaning to it, and I can't put my finger on what, you know?
Yeah, like, maybe there is, but I also could just be, oopsie.
True. Just the layers of which novectacle has kind of put into Fata Morgana, my brain's like, no, but there has to be a reason, because they're fucking mad lads who keep writing things that make me upset. Scoot is here. Hello, Scoot.
Hello.
We're going
Hello,
to see some very
Scoot.
upset story.
So maybe, if the old Jacopo were still good in her mind, if she still remembered him fondly, then perhaps I could assume that role, much like I assumed the role of the Lord. The thought sent a chill down my spine. By putting on that mask, I will be disregarding every horrible thing I had done to her. Every time I had come up here these past months to draw her blood. In that moment, there was no one in this whole wide world who had fallen so close to hell as I.
Close? Close? Bitch, you're the fucking last tier! You're down with the devil sitting in his lap!
What is that?
Last tier is Cocytus, where the traders go.
Coco, things to back me up.
Why is that fish emoji called Moon?
That's the moon stream. It's an eel. Because he, instead of saying heel, he says eel, like that. So people, like, he had an eel emoji made. Or,
Okay, but it says Moon.
no,
Moon.
but he's
Moon tweet.
underscore no W, or whatever the fuck he's
Okay.
He used to be an Overwatch player.
I see.
He stole my, I'm unfortunately, all of my solo channel stuff is actually under Pixel, Pixl.
And in that moment, I could no longer deny the madness that had taken root in my heart. My secret revealed. Oh wow, what is an eel? Who would have thought? The madness that had given rise to such a fancy.
The CG.
Morgana, do you know who I am?
The Lord. What do you want with me? Are you here for? I don't have any. There's no blood left for you to take.
That's right, I'm the Lord. I'm the man who's brought you a lifetime of pain. The man who locked you up in this tower, and the man who struck fear into your young heart 7 years ago.
Yes, you did. I'll never forget.
Now tell me, Morgana, do you know what this is? On your birthday 4 years ago, a young man was going to give you this necklace as a present. Do you remember that young man? Or have you forgotten? Forgotten what a pleasant time that was. I can't say I'm surprised. You were always saying how much you hated staying at that brothel. Those 3 years were no more pleasant than any other time of your life.
I remember. I remember him. I remember those days.
And do you remember them fondly?
Yes.
Well, that's great to hear. You can rest at ease, Morgana, because he's going to be here soon, and he'll...
That was the only time.
What?
That was the only time in my life when I was actually happy. Except for those years. My life's been nothing but pain and misery. Those days, they were warm. Everyone was so kind to me. They showed me love. It was all I had. The only happiness I ever had. No time in my life was better than that. But it was taken from me. I wish it had all just ended there.
Her words were like a plunge through thin ice. I could put on the best forged mask in all the world, but I will never again be the man in her memories. I could act exactly like him, but I will never be him. My hands were permanently stained with blood. The sharp smell of death hung around me like a cloud. I was a heartless killer, and anyone could see that. Never would I be able to smile like him, and never would I be able to share his dreams. The fact that I'd ever had the idea to pretend to be my old self was proof in and of itself that I was too far gone. I'd reached the point where the real me was the imposter.
He's dead. And so is everyone else. Why do you have that necklace, Lord? Did you kill him? Was that your doing too?
So the best thing I could do was let Morgana have her pleasant memories unmolested. I drained enough for her already. She said those 3 years were the happiest time of her life. I couldn't tell her the truth now, and there were no possible lies or justifications that would ever allow me to stand by her side again.
You did, didn't you?
I did. I killed the young man. I killed all of them. I killed and I killed until there wasn't a soul remaining.
I knew it. You're the cruelest man in the whole world. The most evil, irredeemable man ever set foot on God's earth.
That I am.
I despise you more than anything.
I
Hate you.
I love you.
I want nothing more than to put a curse on you.
I buried my feelings for you so they wouldn't get in the way of my being the Lord.
I want to see you dead.
But those feelings never entirely went away. I tried to weigh what was more important to me, but I misread the scales.
I hate you with all of my being.
I lost any right I had to say this years ago, but I want you to know I truly do love you.
I revile you, detest you, loathe you.
I loved you.
There's not enough hate in all creation for you.
Tell me, what do you see when you look at me? What do you hear when I speak to you?
I hate you. 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 I hate you.
You can't see the tears on my cheeks, can you? Your mind, your spirit are shattered beyond repair, aren't they? Yeah, Moon. You're not actually understanding anything I say, are you? You're not going to be able to remember any of this, are you?
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I hadn't realized it had gotten so bad. My eyes had been shut for far too long to what was happening to you, to my own feelings, to everything. For so long, I've avoided facing the truth. Not only did I fail to protect anything, I destroyed the one thing I care about most with my own 2 hands. I gotta say, I love that verb. I love that there is a word for like jump out the window. It's just so, I don't know why the idea is just so funny to me. That's all I ever managed to do. I wonder, what was the point of no return exactly? This isn't the war I wanted to show you at all. I, of all people, should have done everything in my power to ensure those good days never ended. But any apology I make will just ring hollow.
God, she's just good at the chant. You. That'll be it.
It seems my being here isn't doing your mental state any favors, so I'll leave your food here and get out.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much.
like to tell you this, though. Even if I'm fairly certain you don't understand what I'm saying. Tomorrow's the first day of the Harvest Festival. And when it comes, I'm going to finally do something I've been considering for a long time. I'm going to set you free. I'm going to put an end to all this.
I hate you.
That ship sailed long ago, I know. You're in no condition to go out into the world anymore. So I'm not just going to release you and forget about you.
My father, to his side. An angel. Send me back to heaven.
That's the plan, yes. We'll go out and find some place to die together.
You think you deserve that much? That you could
Yeah.
take her anywhere and die with her? Disgusting.
Yeah. Like what?
You don't deserve even the littlest bit of pity.
For as long as I've had the throne, a part of me has wanted to say, I'm done. I have no need of this anymore. But every time the thought rose to my mind, it was pushed back down by a refrain of, so you let all that work go to waste, everything you sacrificed to get here. Back and forth the voices will go, day in and day out. In reality, it wasn't pride or a desire to hold on to my power that stopped me from doing this sooner, but the fear that everything I had worked so hard for would be for naught. But now that I saw death looming over her, it was clear that only greater, more crushing despair awaited me. It would break me utterly, and I would end up abusing my people even worse than Barney had. The best thing I could do, for everyone, was to end it all here. To step down off the stage. Morgana wanted release from her agony, and that was the only path she would find it down. My sickness was worsening by the day, and death the only thing that could cure me. I chose the Harvest Festival in part because it seemed like a fitting end, but more because with everyone distracted by festivities, they weren't as likely to notice the Lord had gone missing. As my final act of penance, I will find her somewhere with a gorgeous view to gaze upon as I took her life. Somewhere you could see almost over the horizon. Somewhere the sun shone bright and proud. Somewhere that felt like you could see the world. And carrying the full weight of her enmity on my shoulders, the Lord too will meet his end. Finding some place beautiful for her to depart this life from was all I could do to ease her pain. All I could do to provide her a peaceful repose. All I could do to pay for all I had done.
I'm sorry, that's disgusting. Because that's for his benefit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah, Jacopo has this thing, like somehow he ends up spinning everything like around him some way, or
Yes.
Selfish.
and it's like, oh,
He's
it's like I'm
self-centered.
gonna,
He has never thought of any person in his life other than himself.
because he's like, oh, like I'm gonna do this because it's like the best thing I can do for her. I mean, like, says who? The person, he says the person who locked her up in a tower for how long was it? A while.
And continually bloodlet her, and then when you finally gotten to a point where it's hurting you too badly, you're like, I'm gonna kill myself, but first I'm gonna kill Morgana, because that'll be releasing her. No,
Yep.
we're fucking awful.
You're the one who got her so fucked up to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
On
Like
his
you're,
shoulders.
like you could have stopped this like as soon as it began.
Mhm.
Like,
Ikuko uses the sunk cost fallacy to excuse 90% of his actions.
I have not heard that before. What is it?
The sunk cost fallacy is the idea that because you've invested time, effort, or even monetary value in something that you should continue and or finish it. What Jacopo does continually is, I've invested so much time and effort, it's going to go to waste. I can't stop. But that's not true. You can stop at any point in time. Like,
yeah, no, exactly.
you bought
You
something
can-
to eat and you don't like it and you don't really want to eat it, but you continue eating it. It's the sunk cost fallacy. You're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do because you spend money on it.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yep, that sums him up pretty well.
Yeah, because he's always going on around about like, oh, how he couldn't stop that, or like he couldn't like give up or whatever, and like, yeah, you could. It's as easy as just saying like, okay, I'm done, goodbye.
Yeah, he could have stopped as soon as fucking he had the interaction with Gratian. When Gratian fucking tried to kill him, you wake up from the poison, you see what your situation has wrought you, and you go, okay, this is not working.
Yeah, no, and instead, as I said, he turns everything around on him, because like, his first thought was like, oh, there's no one I can trust, and it's like, yeah, for good fucking reason.
Yeah, you put your trust in a person that, as interesting as the character of, oh god, what was his name?
Odilon?
Odilon. Odilon was a very interesting character. However, he was Jacopo's downfall in a nutshell, because he placed all of his trust in one human being. That human being was very resourceful, very intelligent, but because he turned his back on all of the support system that put him in place and didn't keep them in the loop, he bred distrust in himself and distrust in his peers.
Yeah,
you fucked up from the fucking step one. You fucked up.
Yeah, because like he just followed everything he said, and like he learned a lot from him, but like he never actually like tried that hard to like actually help. Like he kept saying he wanted to help like the slums and all that, but like apparently he never actually did like anything of value for it, and like never actually, like, I don't know,
Well,
like
he
said
did-
anything, or like said what his plans were for it.
Yeah, like the thing there is, like, he did try to help because originally the plan was to destroy the slums completely. And so he at least prevented that from happening. And what he wanted to do was create a strong enough economy that they could eventually come to help the slums. But I don't know, either the plan just didn't work or it was taking too long to come to that. Since when he opened up the borders, that just created a lot of money going to a higher class.
Yeah, no, apparently from what I saw, it was taking forever, because like, yeah, like the economy was like booming and etc. Like he had like very good ideas for it, but like the fierce people that saw the benefits of that were like the high class and like the middle class, and the slum didn't see absolutely any of the profits. So like they saw that like everyone else was rising under Jacopo's rule, and they immediately felt forgotten, because also like I don't know how it worked in that era, but it's not, apparently it's not like they gave like, I don't know, like public speeches about their plans for the cities.
Yeah, like the biggest plan was definitely the lack of communication that he had with the people of the slums. And I'm sure there was like something like, oh, if the other nobles saw you communicating so much with the people of the slums, but it's like, fuck that. Just do it.
Like, there's always a supposedly looming threat of being murdered because another noble thinks that's weakness, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's weakness. It means a different kind of strength, and Jacopo turned his back on that because he presumed that everybody knew better than him, basically. And once he got to the point where he supposedly knew better, well, here we are. He decided to bloodlet the girl he loved, regardless of that love being a terrible thing.
Yep.
Yeah, because like, yeah, that's the thing. There just wasn't enough communication, and as I said, like, yeah, the whole thing like is spiraled against him, and then he just played victim, you know, like being like, oh, there's no one I can trust, like my friends betrayed me, or blah blah, like they don't understand me. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, they don't understand you. Did you ever tell them your plans? Did you ever told anyone besides like the other one what you were planning to do to make the city better?
Like, considering how easy it was for Lord Bonnier to use Jaren to get like information from the others, it's like you couldn't have sent a single person to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. Like he could have grabbed someone, I don't know, like someone from the slum, like Maria, Grashing, like someone he trusted, and just having
I mean, yeah,
be
exactly,
there, like
Maria.
get them on the know of like how everything works, you know, like maybe not at his point, but like so someone will have like an understanding of what's going on, and like then that person
Yeah,
can
like just pretend you're ordering Maria's services, like it's apparently perfectly normal for lords to call upon prostitutes. So there you go, easy solution.
Yeah, Jacopo. Oh no, I know better. I can't lie. I can't blah blah blah. Fucking stupid.
Idiot. Stupid man. Anyway, let's go on. we had our shit on Jacopo session.
We need one per 5 minutes.
Because he's crying about how he's so like put upon, and he's literally gonna murder Morgana because he's guilty.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing, like, and like he just kept talking, and like it's clear Morgana is like, it's like super far gone, and like she just kept repeating like I hate you, and Jacopo just kept going with like his bullshit, and he was like, bro, shut up. On the first morning of the
sorry.
It's fine. On the first morning of the harvest festival, townspeople swarmed the new church grounds. When I arrived, there were wide smiles on everyone's faces, from the young to the old, from those here to partake of the church's charity to well-off churchgoers. Everyone was in good spirits.
Whee! It's a festival! Look! Everything's got flowers on it!
Quite the impressive event you've put together.
The decorations are a bit on the thin side, perhaps, but for a church anymore, I need to start looking garish. They can go ham all they want down in the square.
You don't seem very enthusiastic.
Why would I be?
You spent so much time preparing for it, I assumed you would be more excited.
As if. This is all politics, not fun and games. And afford to bring unity to my people, you could say.
I don't understand you at all. How can you spend so much time doing something you don't enjoy?
I don't give a rat's ass if you understand me.
Fair enough. When I first met you, I thought money and power were all you desired. But I've come to realize that's not the case. Okay, Yukimasa, I get it. This is coming from you. That means, oh, you don't want to murder people normally. Alright. I'm beginning to think you're hardly a bad man, after all.
I knew you were an idiot, but I didn't realize you were that foolish. How can you possibly say I'm not a bad man, knowing all I've done?
That's also fair. But you don't revel in bloodshed, so, you know.
Hey, no running, kids. You're going to get yourselves hurt.
Big deal! Run with us, Marie!
You shouldn't pull on people. That hurts. Good morning, Lord Bonnier. Preparations are all complete here, and the stalls down in the city are ready to open up as soon as you give the word.
Thank you.
I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of such a wonderful celebration.
I'm glad to hear it.
Are you well? You look a bit tired.
It comes with the job. There's hardly a day I'm not exhausted.
Well, don't work yourself too hard, Lord Barnier. It's important that you get your rest.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, I almost forgot. Would you like a flower, my lord?
A flower?
We made all sorts of flower accessories, and we're giving them out to anyone who wants one. They do the same sort of thing at the Midsummer Festival, and I like the idea so much I borrowed it. What do you say? I think this one would look lovely in your hair.
I'll pass.
That's a shame. And what say you, Mr. Bodyguard? Care for a flower?
No, I...
Go on, take it. Don't let their efforts go to waste.
Very well. I'll take one then.
May God smile upon you.
Thank you.
Well, see you later. And Lord Barnier, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Hey, you can have the day off. Go spend it with your nun. Way to look.
I'm merely surprised you would show any consideration for your dog.
Well, it is a special occasion.
I suppose. Needless to say, watch out for yourself. You were assailed just last night.
I didn't realize you were even capable of concern.
It is a special occasion.
Ha. We'll take care of our usual business this afternoon. Should be able to bring a little more food than usual as well.
Understood. Until then.
Until then.
Probably Nelly, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is. I just skipped ahead so I could see.
Oh. I don't remember who was doing Nelly. I think it was you,
I
wasn't
think
it?
it was you.
Me? I was doing Mel.
I thought it was you. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do Nelly. Ah! I've died and gone to heaven. There's sweets as far as the eye can see. Better hurry before they're...
Hey there, watch where you're going.
Yes, sir. Lord Barnier, I'm so very sorry.
Well, if it isn't Mel's sister. Some must have been too wound up, it seems.
I've never been to a festival before, so I just... I'm terribly sorry for running into you. Please don't get upset at me.
Don't worry, I'm not upset. So you never went to any festivals in your homeland?
No. I couldn't go to any because I was stuck at home all the time.
I suppose you wouldn't be able to get out much and spread your wings as a daughter of a noble family, huh?
Nope, not in the slightest. It's all dresses and manners and no time for fun. I'm surprised. Most people just don't get it. So I'm gonna spend all day celebrating with my Mel.
That's what the festival's for, but don't go too crazy. I'm told you're not in the best of health.
Yeah. But I'm feeling wonderful today, so I'll be fine.
You look anything but, girl. The festival isn't just for one day, so if you find yourself feeling unwell, let someone know right away and then get some rest, understood?
Yes, sir.
Nellie, where'd you run off to? What business do you have with my sister?
Dearest Mel?
I'm begging you, don't hurt her.
I'm not sure what this looks like to you, but I haven't touched her.
What's gotten into you, dearest Mel? The Lord was just concerned about me.
Concerned? Him? Not in 1,000 years.
Mel, we take care of business this afternoon. Be at my study at noon sharp.
Okay, I'll be there.
Oh, we can't have lunch together? Running a festival must be a lot of work.
I could hear the sounds of countless people making merry outside, but my mind was elsewhere. And visiting the place I will take her to die, somewhere far away, somewhere with a majestic view. I wanted nothing more than to run off right then and there, but there were things I had to sort out before I could disappear. I delegated several days' worth of work to my attendants so the festival wouldn't fall apart without me. My mind might have already been made up, but it was still my responsibility as Lord to ensure everything ran smoothly so long as I remained on the throne. But all I could do after was pray that someone much more qualified, someone of actual royal descent, step in to take my place. And before I knew it, noon was upon me. As the bell chimed 12, the three of us climbed the observation tower. The plan was to deliver Morgana her food, and send the other two back outside, so I could take her somewhere far, far away. But when we opened the door, her spirit had already left her body.
The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my sister. That wine you're drinking is no medicine. It's the blood of the witch. You're all drinking witch blood.
Ah! There goes another one! What's going on? We were told it was a miracle elixir. You're saying we've been drinking a witch's blood?
Please, everyone, don't panic. This must be some kind of mistake.
A mistake? A girl is dead because of this mistake. No, this whole thing was a sham from the very beginning. You and the Lord were working together, buying our favor with this rubbish.
Please calm down, everyone.
Death to all the devil's deceitful minions. Death, 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 death!
Ah!
Coco, did you scream? It
Yes,
didn't come through the mic.
I did.
Stop it! Stay away from her! Get back! Death to him, too! That's what you get for coming in and making such a mess of our country, foreigner! Why are all these damned outsiders getting better treatment than the rest of us anyway? The Lord's a traitor to his own land! He doesn't deserve to be on the throne! We'll take the city back, free from this corrupted grasp! Death to the traitor!
Morgana's death set off a chain reaction of hell and suffering. Perhaps we were faced, Perhaps it was fate, or her intense animosity made manifest. All I knew for sure was what I could see, that the world was crumbling around me, and I watched through the observation tower's window. The first to go was Mel's sister, who had regularly partaken of the miracle elixir. She started vomiting blood, and shortly thereafter she was dead. Mel then broke down, revealing the truth about the elixir before stabbing himself in the throat. Fear and panic spread like a plague, breeding a desperate rage that found an outlet in the saintess, the face of the church. The Pharisee man dashed in to protect her from the mob, and soon a full-on battle broke out between supporters and opponents of the Lord. Actually, no. A battle would imply one side stood a fighting chance. It was closer to a riot, with anyone perceived to be on the Lord's side ruthlessly slaughtered. It was as though it was peering into a nightmare. There was no question who would come out victorious. It was a scene I had witnessed once before, but this time I was on the receiving end. The illusory faith they had instilled in the people to distract them from their dissatisfaction disappeared in a wisp. And upon discovering it was all based on a lie, that dissatisfaction came flooding back stronger than ever. I could tell myself I always had the people's best interest in mind until I went blue in the face, but it didn't matter. I was a tyrant in their eyes. I turned away, and there lay Morgana's limp body. For a split second, I considered going over, leaning against the wall beside her, and taking my own life. With my foot hovering in the air, I swung my leg around, making my way toward the stairs. I had done enough to torment her in life, failing to even allow her to pass on peacefully. It would be cruel and disrespectful to force her to be with me, the man she despised more than any in the world, in death as well. And I was still the Lord, having not yet stepped off the throne. The right thing to do would be facing the wrath that I had wrought. For a second, I wondered if maybe Lord Barney had greeted us thinking the same thing. The revolution 4 years ago was also a foregone conclusion. But he didn't run. He stayed and waited for us to arrive. Perhaps it was partially pride, and partially that it was the only way out. We had lived as lords, we had ruled as lords, and when the time came to harvest the seed we had sown, we will die as we had lived. When I reached the ground level of the tower, I could hear shouting and banging and stomping through the door. They were probably tearing the mansion apart looking for me. Find him, they cried. Dethrone him, they cried. Burn him, they cried. I felt a slight pang of nostalgia as I listened to them, remembering when I had been in their position. All I had to do was open the door, and I would be dead in seconds. They didn't just have me vastly outnumbered. I had no intention of fighting. My life amounted to nothing. My people are all dying. Soon I'll be stripped of my title of Lord of the land, and not a thing will be left. It was all utterly meaningless. I killed everyone I ever cared about, even Morgana. There's not a single person. No, I didn't end up killing Maria. I guess that's something to be thankful for. I pray you live on. By all means, spend the rest of your life hating me, just so long as you live. Now off I go. I stepped out before my people, and a dozen bloodshot gazes snapped onto me all at once. I raised my hand in preparation to give them a few parting words. but lowered it again without saying anything. There was nothing for me to say anymore, nor did I have the willpower to produce words. They impaled me from head to toe with sickles and pitchforks and all manner of deadly implements. And no longer able to support my own weight, I fell back against the door, sliding to the ground. I could feel the life draining from my body. Their voices grew faint. Were they shouting, raving, cheering? I could no longer tell the difference. My consciousness quickly slipped away, and as it did, flashes of memories whisked past. A child fighting to survive day by day. A young man with his head in the clouds, hell-bent on going out in the world. A crowd of friends, hooting and howling in a pub. Girls at a brothel, constantly teasing but always reliable. And you at my side. I thought I felt that gust of wind, guiding Jacopo's mind toward one particular memory.
I don't need to see the world. All I want is you fucking dead against the door.
Woohoo! I could hear her voice with incredible clarity. And after so many years, I finally figured out what she had said that day.
I don't need to see the world. All I want is to find our home.
Not long after we met, I told her that I thought we might come from the same region, and that perhaps if you went back far enough, we might find women share the bloodline. And she remembered. Nearly 3 years later, she still remembered that insignificant conversation, which was why she didn't want to see the world. She was more than happy to just find the line from which we came. I never needed to reign supreme. I never needed the favor of the masses. All I needed to do was go looking for that little pocket of tranquility. I stand before a gorgeous, golden field. Yo, this song!
Mm-hmm.
Flowers bloom all around, swaying in the warm breeze. Vaguely familiar faces smile and laugh. After a long, hard journey, we finally made it. There was no big, bustling city, no one dressed in extravagant clothing. But they would welcome us warmly, welcome us as kin. It's a quiet land, not a trace of strife. They bask in harmony, smiles on everyone's faces. Nevertheless, she's still afraid of how they might treat her. So I offer her my hand. This is it. This is her home. As we draw closer to her home, her tense nerves seem to loosen, and she lets out a barely audible sigh. She slowly draws back the hood covering her. Oh, baby!
Morgana!
The soft light of the sun shining down to reveal, for the first time, her face. A beautiful girl stands there, so enchanting I find myself at a loss for words. A smile rises to her face, now free of the hideous marks that once covered it. A smile brighter than I've ever before seen. the lush fields stretching out behind her, accentuate the glimmering gold of her eyes. I stand there, silently taking in the sight. Her braids fluttering to the breeze. A sky blue as sapphire drapes the scenery. She isn't a witch here, she's an ordinary girl. And me, an ordinary boy. We have no power, no extraordinary abilities. And I can't think of anything more wonderful. With all the weight lifted from my soul, I give a soft sigh, looking her in the eyes. And then I chuckled, remembering something she once said. And you told me to prepare to be let down. Ordinary though we may now be, our banter remains unchanged. And I know she's got a snarky response waiting to let loose. This is what I could have had if I'd made the right choices. What I wanted, more than anything in the world.
Oh god!
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god, you were so cute. I'm so sad.
Fuck you, novectacle.
This fucking music! Oh my god. Oh my god.
damn.
Oh my god.
Well, that's the first story down. I thought there was gonna be a little more. Cause like the reading log says. Well, maybe there will be more after the
Might be an epilogue.
credits.
Thank you for playing.
Why must you break my heart, Novectacle? That's so mean. Oh crap.
You're just collecting our tears and drinking them.
Gotta keep hydrated.
God damn! Everyone's lost their fucking minds! I need to get the hell out of the city fast! On the first day of the Harvest Festival, I got this crazy bad sinking feeling, so I went to check out that new church across the bridge. Some kind of riot or uprising or something had happened, which was all finished by the time I got there. And not long after, the truth of what the Lord had been doing came to light. I wish I'd never heard a damn thing. I didn't need anyone to tell me he wasn't the guy I grew up with. But never in my wildest dreams I had imagined he was gone that far gone. All the time in the world wasn't enough to make sense of that. The valuable asset he had been storing in the observation tower was of all fucking things the girl we looked after a few years back. Morgana. But the madness didn't end there. The witch with the miracle blood everyone had been talking about, that was her too. My mind was so scrambled I wasn't sure what to be most stunned by. But I had far less time to organize my thoughts or vent my frustration than I could have imagined. If I were smart, I would have left town the instant I learned the truth. After the riot, a strange sickness began spreading through the city. If you caught it, your skin would start turning black, and before long you'd be vomiting blood. Anyone who tried to treat it was infected themselves. The people called it the witch's curse. Get your heads out of the sand, I tried to say there's no such thing as curses, but I couldn't bring myself to finish. As much as I wanted to believe it wasn't, I was starting to think that maybe the curse was real, especially thinking back on the scene at the top of the tower. The heavy air in the chamber. Her dead body's eyes open wide. The eerie glimmer in those eyes that I was pretty sure I hadn't imagined. It was like I had stepped into another world, and I could barely keep myself vertical. If she really was a witch, then yeah, that scene was pretty damn convincing argument in favor of the existence of her curse. It didn't matter that she was dead, and even me, the least superstitious girl around, was starting to consider the possibility. So the people who had actually believed in the miracle elixir were freaking right the fuck out. They'd seen what the Lord had done to her, how much pain and suffering he had caused her. It was easy to believe she hated the world enough to curse it. That's what witches did, after all. The city was scared to death. First, they tried to seal the curse into the observation tower. That didn't stop its spread. So next they went after anyone who had known her in life. Punished them. Almost there. Forest isn't far. There she is. That's her. Oh wait, that was, some men yelling.
There she is. That's her.
Shit! I discovered that the witch had taken refuge at a brothel a few years back. It wasn't long before they linked it to me. They're making me the next target. None of us at the brothel had any idea Morgana's blood possessed that kind of power. The more I tried to defend myself, the more they began to suspect me, thinking they would, if every word a ruse. The whole city had gone completely batshit. It's right there. Like hell I'm gonna let them catch me. Fuck, my arm!
She's down, boys. Get her.
No! No, get off me, asshole! Get away from me!
Welcome, Morty Snake.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Wait! A bunch of men dragged me to the church and tossed me in the cellar. I could hear them shouting through the locked door.
O witch, O great witch! We offer unto you punishment for those who wronged and forsook you in life. So please, we beg of you, stay your anger. Have mercy upon us.
Hey! Have you assholes lost your fucking minds? I didn't do a goddamn thing to her! I never wronged her and I sure as hell didn't forsake her! I didn't have any idea what that sick fuck was doing to her!
O great witch, please spare us from your wrath, the wrath of your curse. Please have mercy on us who laid not our hands upon you. O witch, O witch, O great witch!
You're fucked in the heads, every last one of you! You're not accomplishing anything by putting me down here. So let me out. Please. Let me out of here.
Yeah, that's something we've been discussing, Lori Snick, because it just seemed odd, especially when you take into account that, like, Morgana didn't even know she was talking to Jacobo, so it's like, the idea of weaponizing Maria is just odd, but maybe this scene will explain it all.
Damn it, they really did just leave me here. The door's locked tight. I'm not pounding my way through this. Damn thing won't even budge. Fucking fuck! Something, has to be something I can do. Hey, is anyone out there? Someone let me out of here! I didn't do anything! How long have I been in here? I'm so fucking thirsty. Food, that would be nice too. Someone, get me out of here. Please. I feel like my body's made of stone. I'm gonna starve to death in here. You gotta be kidding. Ugh. Oh god, I feel sick. Everything hurts. What? Is that blood? My blood? It's so dark I never noticed. The black patches on my skin. Why? A curse? But I never did anything to you. Why would you curse me? Why, Morgana? What did I do? You didn't mean to, did you? It was just a little mistake, wasn't it? You can still take it back. There's still time. Just take it off me. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve being cursed. Come on. Spare me. This is all in his fucking head, not mine. Is it because I didn't do anything? Is that it? Are you saying I'm to blame too? Because I didn't do anything to stop it? Because I couldn't trust anyone but myself? That's asking way too much. How was I even supposed to know what was going on? It was up to my neck in my own shit already. Come on, Morgana. Give me a little sympathy. Spare me from your curse. I can barely move my body at all. I feel like I'm all out of blood to cough up. I don't even have the energy to cry for help anymore. So this is how I go, huh? When I'm gone, it means everyone's dead. I wonder what whoever finds my body will think. They'll probably think that I was one of them. Now, wouldn't that be some real bullshit? Look at me. I know how to write. I'm a woman and a whore from the slums. Look at me. I can read and write. Pretty impressive, huh? Why? I forgot how I learned them. Oh, right. I had a friend who was doing some really important work. So I studied, so I could help them out. If they ever needed anything. I'll make sure to write it all fancy and proper, so no one suspects that it was written by a whore. See, I'd make a kick-ass aid. Who were they, though? I can't remember anymore. You hear that? I'm innocent. The sinners are the ones who lived here. It was all them, not me. So if somehow there's something after this, and our souls live on, please, only curse them. They're the bad guys. It's all their fault.
Maria.
Oh boy. Hold on. Maria! Wake up, Maria. Ah. I've unlocked the door for you. Now get up. You don't want to be sleeping on that cold, hard floor. Morgana? What? How? You're dead. Oh, I'm dead, am I? You must be half asleep still. But I... Now, that's enough of that. Let's get you out of here, shall we? How? I can barely move. I think you'll find that untrue, my dear. Go on, stand up. You were right. I can move, and I feel better than ever. It's like I was just imagining all the pain. See? See? What did I tell you? Now come, let's get out of this dreadful place. They're waiting for you. Huh?
Ah, it's about time you showed up, boss.
What?
Yay, I'm so glad you're okay. I've been worried out of my mind.
Jaren? I was told you were killed.
Say what? Do you really want me dead that bad, boss? Did I goof up on the job?
No, I never said that. And you're a model worker too. I've always been glad to have you around.
Wee! Maria said something nice about me. It must have been real rough in there, huh, boss? I can't believe all those bad men will just lock you up. It's not nice.
How's the city doing? Have things cleared up?
You can rest easy. Everything's all ready now.
That's... I'm so glad to hear it.
You look like someone just pissed in your stew, girl. Where's that burning fire in your eyes? Hey there, I knew little solitary wouldn't get the best of ya, girl. Whoa, 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 don't just stare. What, you think I was dead too? Like hell, ain't nothing in this whole damn world gonna take me down. I'm the crew's #1 for a good reason.
That's right. You are, aren't you? You survived living as a slave in Barney's manor. Blah, blah, blah. There's not much that could kill you.
Damn straight. Don't you worry about nothing. Long as I'm around, nothing can touch our slums.
Yeah, I believe you. So hey, if you're alive, does that mean...
Gonna assume
I
Jacobo?
suppose Jacopo?
Yeah, it's him.
Okay. That it does. We're all alive, every last one of us. You were never a morning person, but this is a bit ridiculous, don't you think?
Jacopo. Is that really you? Is it really the same old Jacopo I used to know?
What do you mean used to know? I'm the same Jacopo you've always known.
But you became a lord, and then you killed everyone.
Do you really have that little faith in me? I will never kill any of you, you know that. Just look around. Does anyone look dead to you? Because they sure look alike to me. Whatever terrible dream you were having down there, Maria, it's about time you came back to reality.
But I...
Look me in the eyes. Tell me I'm not the same Jacopo you've always known.
No, you're definitely you. Same old friend I've always known.
See, was that so hard? Well, we got the whole gang here, so what do you say we go do something? Hit the pub, maybe?
Oh, now that's a plan. We're well overdue for another drinking contest.
Ooh, I want in too! You're coming with us too, aren't you, Morgs?
I'm not comfortable in such lively places.
Come on, just this once. We can sing together, even. Your voice will have the whole place enchanted in a snap.
I won't be singing, but I suppose I can join you. This once. The chance doesn't come around often.
Oh, come on, you're never gonna go when I ask, but you will if she does?
You could be drowning, and I still wouldn't agree to do anything you asked, so it's irrelevant. I'm not going because Jaren invited me, but for Maria. Hold on, I gotta cry. Nope, still gotta go, hold on. It's a little longer than anticipated. Will you join us? You bet your butt I will. Oh, I'm so glad.
Ow. Holy Jesus.
Damn.
So glad that everyone's alive. It was all a dream. Just a bad dream. I knew it. None of that could ever happen to us. Save me a seat. Guys, I'm coming.
Thanks, that was totally necessary for you to add.
Wow.
Fucking.
That's
Ow.
past his prologue. Fuck you, novectacle.
Oof. Yeah, I absolutely needed to know that. Yes, of course.
Oh. Like when even Maria is being that much in denial and that fanciful, it's just like, oh god.
You. I tried to see though. I couldn't quite see what she had written with the knife.
I think it was in a different language, but in the first game when we were playing through the third door, Maria ended up going to the cellar and finding what she had written, and I think it was something along the lines of the witch's curse has killed us all, or something to that effect. Let's see what it's in the sub. Alright, so yes, Assento Dele, tales wasted away in obscurity, happily ever after. So Assento Dele, if what I've picked up from osmosis, is the one that takes place during Michelle and Giselle's time. Because when we were playing, a person named Worm, I believe, there was a point in time in which there was like this single line about an ill-looking man had come by the manor but had gone just as quickly, and they were like, this line's important. So I think that's what this story is about. It was about the people living in the house being sinners. And then tales wasted away in obscurity are like very short ones about Nellie and Mel, and then Michelle's brothers, and I think one other one. And then happily ever after, I would assume, is the modern stuff.
Well, I cried a bunch.
Yeah.
Like I was wailing.
Yeah, I had to keep myself muted at some point.
Yeah, no, I noticed at some point, like, there was, like, just absolute silence, you know? Like, you usually can hear, like, the little buzz of, like, the microphone, and at some point, like, it was just, like, silence, and I was like, oh no, they're crying.
Yeah.
Wait, so is there...
We did read the fucking Jaren ones. They came up right in the middle.
Is that the interlude, or is there another story about Jaren? Because, yeah, the interlude was incredibly upsetting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was.
Like,
Jaren's suffering.
Incredibly upsetting, but also we were all kind of fucking wowed at how they made it work.
Oh, yeah.
That was some really,
very tight, very excellent writing. Very well thought out and researched, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But also, yeah, whenever I think about it, I'm still just kind of unable to fully process it in a way.
Yeah, no, that was like...
so out. up there in terms of writing chops that it was like, holy shit, people write like this?
Yeah.
There are people this good at writing in the world? Fucking what? Anyway.
So since we only have like about 40 minutes left, do we want to try one of the shorter ones from the Tales Wasted Away in Obscurity?
Sure.
That's what I want to ask. Like I don't know if you guys want to just leave it here and just like, like a nice closing to the story, and then like next time start doing like the sub episodes, like go for, I don't know how long we can get for each one, or do we start like right away with one of them?
I mean, 40 minutes is a good chunk of time, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's just which one do we want to start with? Are they all check the tales? You should absolutely do the one about the man that visited Michelle. Is that would I be correct in assuming that's Assento Dele? Or is that one of the ones that's in Tales Wasted Away in Obscurity? Morty Snake.
If only there was like a wiki that actually had information on it for Fata Morgana content, because it's so fucking hard to find anything.
Okay, then let's
Also,
go for
like,
let's start out
Tales
with
of
the.
Obscurity, you don't get a selection screen, so you just have to read through all of them.
All right, let's go with Tales Wasted Away in Obscurity. See.
Okay.
The vast majority of happenings in this world are not recorded in stories, either too trifling or adding no meaning to our lives. These facts of life are quickly cast aside with only the tiniest sliver deemed worthy enough. Each day we relentlessly discard unnecessary fragments of our lives, fragments forever lost to the ether, and we continue, Tales afforded not their moment in the limelight, left to waste in obscurity. Oh, it was Assento Dele. Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to all of them.
Yeah.
A slow-killing poison, defectives, the painting's ramblings.
Oh, we're able to go back.
Alright, then let's hit return to menu and just go down the list, I guess.
Okay.
Whew!
So we start with Assento Dele.
Yes.
What does that mean, by the way? Do you guys know?
Slow descent, I would assume. I think we made pretty good friends, don't you? Those were his last words before disappearing into the darkness. Their time together was brief, and they knew nearly nothing of each other, so could they in fact be called friends at all? Huh. Welcome back, Didier. I missed you.
Which brother do you want to voice, Kime? This one or the
Painter.
the nerd?
Which one did you want to voice?
I had no preference. I was just asking if you wanted me to read now or later.
I mean, I don't mind either way.
You go for it then.
Okay. Hello there, Michelle. What a pleasant welcome this is. You didn't have to come all the way out here to meet me, though.
Georgie's is a good boy at heart, just a little lacking in sense. Yep.
Pretty much.
Empty, no thoughts.
I haven't seen you in so long. And waiting inside is so dreary.
What a wonderful sister I've been blessed with. You'd best be careful, though. The sun is quite strong today. Mother would throw a fit if she knew you were out here in this weather.
Do not worry. I heard from a servant that you would be back around now, so I haven't been out terribly long. And I know you're not one to be tardy either, Didier. I took all the necessary precautions.
Well, curses. I'll have to be absolutely certain nothing delays my next return.
Yes, indeed you will.
Well, since you're here, would you like to ride back with me?
On your horse? I would love to, but I came on horseback as well. She's tied to the tree over there.
Unlike your brothers, your horse is smart enough to follow you back.
All right, then. I suppose I shall.
Right, he has a different dad, doesn't he?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he called Georgie's her brother. You know, like.
I think that's. I'm pretty sure they'll have the same parents.
Okay.
How was your expedition, Didier?
More of the usual. Just patrols, really. No engagements to speak of.
Quiet is never a bad thing.
I'm not sure if I say never.
Do you think something might happen?
No. Nothing you need concern yourself with, at least.
If you say so. Oh yes, Mom, Mother, said she had something important to tell you and to see her as soon as you arrived.
Now that I do not like the sound of.
I can hardly blame you. Mother has something important to tell you are the last words anyone wants to hear.
You've got a feisty now, haven't you?
Don't tell her I said that.
I wouldn't dream of selling out my beautiful baby sister. In fact, I beg you not to say anything of the sort to her either. She can be a bit easy to set off.
If anyone, I think Georgie's needs that warning most.
You're on fire today, Michelle.
Woody Snake says Georgie's and Didier don't get along very well.
Ah.
Well, yeah.
I didn't remember that part, honestly. Like, I thought that they just bickered a little bit.
And there she is. The world-renowned Castle Bollinger and our lovely home.
I'm not a child anymore, Didier. I know our estate is not nearly as large or impressive as a castle.
You used to love when I called it Dad.
I also used to not be 13.
13 is still plenty a child. Now hold on tight. We're going to gallop the rest of the way. Yeah!
Wait! Slow down, Didier!
Try not to fall.
Good day, Sir Didier.
Thank you. Everyone looks well. Where's my father?
Lord Antonin is out on personal business. He should be returning tomorrow.
Thanks. Guess I just miss him. Well then, I shall see what mother... What was that noise?
That would be Georgie's.
Oh, I didn't realize he was going to be home.
Shall we check on him?
No, this won't do at all! It needs to be more wild innovation and fiery passion and solemn beauty matched with a squeeze of delicate eroticism that doesn't undermine the impact of the piece as a whole. It has to be like a good kick into the marbles. You want to kick the marbles, dude? Seriously?
And Didier's face.
You're like, holy shit. What the fuck?
I'm terrified now, don't kick my marbles.
Has he finally lost his marbles?
Holy heck. Well, look who it is. I don't know. I didn't know you were back, Dee. And you know, it's uncouth to barge in on someone without knocking.
He knocked several times and called out to you through the door. I must say, though, Georgies, it is much more uncouth to take out your frustration on inanimate objects.
Oh, you're there too, Michelle? I couldn't see you in the shadow of this hulking barbarian. You really are a teeny tiny little gal, aren't you?
Mother will not be pleased when she sees the mess you've made of the room.
My dear, dear Michelle, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. True art is only born in the fires of pandemonium.
Is that so?
You could at least pretend to care.
Oh, so. Will you care to explain this pandemonium?
Ooh, you want to know? You want to know all about the masterpiece buried in this wellspring of inspiration? You'll never be able to turn back once you know, but if you're really sure, I can give you all the juicy deets.
I don't care that much, no. Shall we see what Mother needs to talk about, Michelle?
Yes, let's.
Hey, wait! Have you no hearts, you Philistines? You're supposed to grab me by the shoulders and beg to hear what all the fuss is about.
If it'll make you stop shouting, fine. Give me the short version.
Wow, so much for brotherly love. So the royal family's planning construction on a new chateau in the city, and guess who the king himself asked to do all the paintings for it? Why, Ma, of course, the great artiste Georges Boulogne.
Is that so?
What is wrong with you two? This is huge! It's huger than huge!
I will wager His Majesty did not, in fact, come within 1,000 meters of you.
Life is no fun if you limit yourself to only the truth.
I somehow doubt you're in charge of all the art either.
So in other words, there's almost no truth to your claims.
Hey, I was commissioned to do a piece for the new chateau.
And this disaster area is all you have to show for it?
Yep, and I don't know what to do. It's a chance for me to make it to the big leagues. I've got to paint something that'll go down in history as one of the greatest works of our time.
Perhaps it would be better if you didn't put as much pressure on yourself. You do much better work when you're relaxed.
You're brilliant, Michelle. Let's go out on the town and let loose, just the three of us. It's exactly what I need right now.
I barely had time to sit down since I got back.
Sometimes I think there might be no hope for the three of you. Not even a word to your dear mother.
Good day, Mother. My apologies. I meant to see you as soon as you returned, but...
Crap. Mom's gonna flip her lid. We'd better get out of here before she brings her wrath down upon us, Michelle.
But...
Georgies, I heard every last word.
What
What big ears you have. Care to repeat that? Repeat what, my beautiful mother? I swear, young man. So how did your exposition go, did you run into any trouble?
No, it proceeded without issue, thank you. Everyone returned safely, by the grace of God.
That's wonderful to hear. I prayed for you every day, and it seems he heeded me. I want you to know I've quite missed you, even if Georges and Michelle robbed me of the chance to tell you first. I'm deeply relieved to have you back in perfect health.
There is no need to be dramatic, Mother. I was never in any danger of not returning. Nonetheless, I too am.
And there's no need for you to be so stiff around your mother.
Sorry, it's good to be home, Mom.
That's more like it. Welcome home, my darling boy. Yeesh. Just look at him go, a grown man fawning over his mother like a little boy. Make sure you give him crap about it later, Michelle.
But...
You really need to learn to whisper more quietly.
Get wrecked times 2.
Wonder who you inherited those ears from.
I swear you. So, Mother, Mitchell tells me you have something important you want to speak with me about.
Ah, yes, that I do. I'm sure you'd like to rest up after your trip, but would you come to my chambers for a bit first?
Certainly.
Ooh, what's this? Can I come too?
This is my business. Why should you be allowed to stick your nose into it?
Because it sounds like fun. And maybe it'll give me help. Maybe it'll help me give my muse a nice little kick in the rump. It's not a private matter, so I don't mind. In fact, maybe it would be better if you were there too, Georgies. Heck yeah! You're coming along too, Michelle.
What? Why would I?
What am I going to do with you three? What do you think?
Oh, the painting? It's a fine piece, clearly not made by Georgies.
Wow.
I would have done 10 times better. Who's the hack responsible for this rubbish? Quiet, boy.
Does Georgies have a disease where he'll die if he isn't running his mouth every waking moment or something?
Yeah,
Not the painting itself. The girl in the painting.
she's pretty, I suppose.
Do you like her?
In what sense, Mother? Where are you going with this?
This girl is the daughter of the Castagnier estate to the south of us. Or what she will look like a few years from now.
In a few years. Then she's still a child.
She is, yes, and her family is trying to complete arrangements for her marriage as early as possible.
Her marriage.
The Castagners are a respectable family with lots of land. We have plenty to gain from this arrangement. All you need to do is say,
Mother, as I have told you on several occasions, my body and soul belong to the church. I will neither succeed as father nor take a wife.
and you're firm in your decision.
Yes, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
That is very disappointing indeed. I would be so much more comfortable with you taking over the house. Well, what about you, Georgies? Do you have any interest in her? Bleh, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Now, Georgies, you do realize that Didier not becoming the head means that you will be, right? So you can't make a decision like this, which will affect the future of both our houses for generations, because you're not feeling it. That's easy for you to say, Ma, but I can't change what appeals to me. It'd be all for nothing if we couldn't hit it off and never had any kids. And tell me, what is there not to like about her? She's a beautiful young lady. She's pretty, sure, but I'm getting nasty vibes from that picture. Looks like a real sourpuss. I want someone more, cheery, if I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life with her.
I wouldn't go as far as him, but there is something about her that doesn't sit right with me. I'm not sure how to put it into words, though.
She just looks that way in the painting. I'm certain you'll find her to be a lovely girl when you meet her. How can you be so sure? You haven't seen her for yourself? Anyway, not interested, and that's that. It's such a wonderful offer, too. Once I'm sworn in as official court artist, I'll be up to my ears in marriage offers. Something even better will come along, I promise. I'm afraid with your attitude, this may be the last offer we ever see. Don't you worry. We've got ourselves a proud knight of the order, the most sought-after artist in the land, and a brilliant, beautiful princess. If that's not a recipe for success, I don't know what is. Oh, Georgies. Is something troubling, Michelle?
What? No, nothing. My mind was wandering, that's all.
See, look what you did, Mom. You upset Michelle by being such a worrywart. Throwing me to the wolves, are you, my boy? Oh, dear Michelle, I'm just being cautious about our future. I'm not as worried as I may have sounded. I have the 3 most wonderful children in the world. I couldn't be more blessed. We're strong, and together, we're even stronger. I have no doubt in my mind we'll thrive and grow for generations to come.
Yeah. We'll all be together. Forever.
Sweats loudly.
For a brief moment after waking, seeing only darkness, I forgot where I was. As my eyes adjusted and the world faded into view, a faint sense of disappointment swelled up in my breast. That was over a decade ago, a life I no longer had. And in fact, a life I couldn't be certain I ever had. For all I knew, my mind could have fabricated the entire thing. But in short order, the wave of sentimentality receded. A few years earlier, that yearning for bygone days would leave my heart in tatters, but now I had grown largely numb to it. This was the life I knew best. I wasn't a 13-year-old child anymore. Nor was I a girl. Nor was I a member of the Boliner family. I was a demon most frightful, exiled to a remote mansion. Oh, I love this song. It's one of my favorites from the soundtrack.
Kill the accursed thing.
Those were the first words uttered by the witch upon my discovering the being lying in a heap outside the front door. The witch had haunted me ever since the day I resurrected her at the top of the mansion's observation tower a few years earlier. At first, her constant whispering in my ear had been insufferable, driving me to my wit's end. I did everything I could think of to deny her existence and push her out of my life. But that too had passed. I had been drained of all will to fight against her, or, frankly, feel anything at all. No joy, no anger, no frustration, no sorrow. Perhaps that could be said to mean she had defeated me, but in retrospect, the witch causing me to encase my heart in stone had consequently kept me from being miserable every time I received a letter from my mother. It made me think getting worked up over some stupid words on scraps of paper was a waste of time and energy. So while I wasn't at the point of gleefully cozying up to her, it was true that her presence had made my life easier.
I can't stand the sight of it. It's utterly dreadful.
The witch wanted me to kill them, but instead I crouched down to get a better look. They seemed to be dead already. It appeared someone had died on my doorstep. And because of
Rude.
And because of the way they were clothed, I couldn't make anything out beyond that at a distance.
It's faint, but they're still breathing. Look, you can see their chest moving.
I'm surprised she noticed. I can barely tell from up close.
Yeah, well, Michelle, when you're dead, you notice these things, okay?
Alright. I reached my hand out to roll them over, at which point the witch gave an exaggerated sigh.
I wouldn't recommend touching them. They're diseased. That's why they look like a human raisin.
That was indeed one way to describe them. What had first come to mind for me, though, was something I had read in a book about how desert cultures would mummify their dead. The person on the ground looked like what I imagined a mummy did, though I was under the impression mummification was performed in order to preserve the bodies of high-ranking individuals. Which is to say, you weren't likely to find one collapsed on your doorstep. Ignoring Morgana's warning, I put my hand on their arm. It twitched, and they let out a groan.
Just a swift stab through the heart, and they won't have to suffer any longer.
The person didn't seem to have enough strength to sit up. Barely enough to hold on to their last vestiges of life. Their fingers continued to twitch, but it didn't seem deliberate. The tall grass in which they were lying seemed to swallow them up.
Do it, my dear. Send that poor soul to heaven by whatever means you please. Or perhaps they'll end up in hell.
They're not long for this world with or without my help.
And who's going to have to deal with the rotting corpse in a few weeks if you just leave them there?
Next month's delivery boy, presumably.
Imagine the look on his face when he finds it. Imagine what he'll tell your family when he returns. It would make everyone's lives easier if you just killed them there. Bury them somewhere nearby. Let them nourish the earth with their flesh. If there's any nourishment left to be squeezed from them, that is. Or you could try luring some animals here. There wouldn't be a trace of gore to clean up if you let a couple wolves at them. And they'd get a nice meal out of it, so everyone wins.
I can't imagine they'd find much to enjoy on this pile of bones.
Oh, how cold.
You have no room to talk. You're clearly enjoying yourself.
My, what would ever make you think that?
There's been nothing to entertain you recently. I certainly haven't been talking much, and nothing of note has happened. I can tell you've been bored.
A few quiet weeks hardly counts as boredom compared to the years I spent in slumber.
If you say so. Brushing the witch's distractions aside, I put my hand back on the vagrant's arm and flipped them over so I could get a better look. They were much lighter than I expected. Their arm was little more than flesh and bone, and that flesh felt like leather. I couldn't guess their age or even gender. They were dressed in unadorned brown robes and a cowl.
It's like a hood.
Yeah. I know what it is, but I've never heard it said out loud, so I had no idea how it's pronounced.
Cowl.
One thing stood out about their dress, though. Their mask. And when I removed the mask, I was greeted with torn, wrinkled flesh and eyes so sunken it was disquieting. I wasn't sure what I saw beneath it could even be called a face. Bandages covered their head from the nose down, and what hid beneath them was in even worse condition. I couldn't tell where their nose ended and their cheeks began, and their lips had curled back into their mouth, turning it into a gaping gash. Even as close as I was, I could barely make out the sound of their breathing. They almost certainly wouldn't survive much longer.
Good heavens.
As I thought the witch might find some compassion in her heart for the dying vagrant,
Get rid of that filthy thing.
I was immediately proven wrong. Her tone of voice was like that of someone who had found rotten food in her pantry while looking for something to eat.
As I said, they're diseased. You should stay away unless you want to end up like that. Your legs too frail to hold you up, your body withered, and your eyes sunken, worthless orbs. It's highly infectious.
I largely ignored the witch's whisperings. She liked toying with me, so I couldn't take what she said at face value. She was more than happy to lie or exaggerate for the sake of tormenting me. There was no guarantee their ailment was contagious at all. Ooh, if it is leprosy.
Yeah. No, just hurry and get rid of. Are you listening to me?
I hoisted the vagrant onto my back. A simple task even for me, perhaps the least fit man in the world. They were smaller than me, but not child-sized. It was like I was carrying an empty sack of skin. This will give you something to stave off your boredom.
I told you, I am not bored. Heavens, I never took you for the kind of raving lunatic who helps strangers.
I wasn't bringing them in out of the goodness of my heart. They simply piqued my curiosity. There was something oddly amusing about the whole twisted situation. A witch, a demon child, and a living mummy. And what better place to gather them all together than a cursed mansion?
It was the monster mass. The monster mass.
I also think that some part of me wanted to see and feel death up close.
Morgana, meanwhile, in the background, like, dude, I'm right here!
I say, since Morgana's going to be around, presumably you go for it, Kime.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna ask who was stop here. I'm nodding off.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well then, yeah, that's...
term emotion.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that'll be it for this stream. Thank you to everyone who came out. We're in agony. Hopefully things will be a little later from here on out.
I would probably be more in agony if I weren't like so sleepy, but yeah. Real sad hours here.
Yeah. Anything going on Thursday or Friday, or still adjusting yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm still adjusting myself, I think. Then I still need to do some paperwork for work, so I'll try to get that done this week, so maybe next week I can start.
Yeah, no worries. And no
yeah,
rush.
no, as I say, I'm still adjusting to the waking up early and all that.
Yeah. Well, then our next stream will be Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. That will be myself with Kyuding continuing Battle Block Theater. And then at 7 p.m. EST, we shift over to Leifulei's channel. That will be Leifulei, who is also Pixel, Moon, and myself playing Hollow Knight. Then on Mondays at 8 p.m. EST, it is Leifulei streaming Subnautica. What is your new time on Tuesdays, Moon?
It's 6:30 CST, so 7:30 EST. For Bug Fables, a new time, because I decided to move things up so I could have more time to do stuff in that game, because I keep running into midnight. So earlier.
All right, and then as always on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. EST, we continue with more of the House and Fata Morgana.
Woohoo! I'm gonna get to the happy thing, please.
If you like what you see here, we have a lot more stuff over on YouTube. We have the original series all up on YouTube. And if you ever just want to make sure that everything's still on schedule, we always announce everything that we do on Twitter. Well, thank you and have a good night or day wherever you are.